Hello class 10. Our topic for today is lesson number 14, Central Bank, and as you all know we are using the Oswald Publishers for class 10. Okay students, so let us first know what are the topics that we are going to talk about in this lesson. So the first thing we will see is Central Bank, and we will see its meaning and definition. Then we will talk about the functions of Central Bank. In this we will discuss the main 5 functions. One will be monopoly of note issue, then bankers bank, then banker, agent and advisor to the government. Then we will also see central bank as a custodian of foreign exchange, and lastly we will see that it is the lender of the last resort. And after the entire lesson, towards the end of the lesson, you will also study about a difference between commercial and central bank. Okay, so you will watch a video, and with the help of a video you will understand the difference between a commercial bank and a central bank. Alright students, so let's get started. Now, there are two definitions given on your screen, and first we will see the definition given by Vera Smith. Vera Smith says that central bank is a banking system in which a single bank has either a complete or a residuary monopoly of the note issue. So here one function of central bank is quite clearly given, that a central bank is that banking system where the single bank gets the authority to issue notes. Now, according to de Kock, central bank is that bank which constitutes the apex of the monetary and banking structure of the country. So, entire monetary and banking structure of the country is completely controlled by the central bank. This is what de Kock's definition describes. Okay. So, here are the functions of a central bank. Now, we will do the functions, and the first function is issuing currency. So, basically, the central bank has the control over the monetary system of our country. Okay, even the money supply of the entire country is in the hands and is in control of the central bank. Now, another important thing is that the central bank tries to maintain uniformity in the monetary system of the entire country. And basically, the Reserve Bank of India is the Central Bank of India, and in India, RBI is responsible for controlling the entire monetary system of our country. Alright, next function is bankers bank. Now basically, if we see the relation between a central bank and commercial bank is just like how we as customers have relation with our bank. So for example, if I have my bank account with Bank of India, I have a relation with that bank. Similar relation will be between a commercial and a central bank. So basically, for a central bank, commercial bank is their customer. Okay. Now, another important thing that you must know in this function is that the commercial banks actually have to keep a certain portion of their deposits as reserves in the central banks. Okay, they have to give a cash reserve out of whatever total deposit the commercial bank gets. They have to give a certain proportion according to the percentage of the central bank. They have to give it to the central bank to keep it as a cash reserve. Now, these cash reserves, they actually enable the central bank in order to control the issue of credits by the commercial banks. That means the entire credit system is made elastic by the central bank by keeping the deposits as cash reserves of the commercial banks. Okay, so what happens is that as a banker's bank, the central bank also has to basically allow the facility of providing short-term loans to the commercial banks. Okay, so commercial banks also get loans from the central bank. We as customers take loans from the commercial banks. But from where will commercial bank take small loans? They can take those short-term loans from the central bank. Another function is banker, agent and advisor to the government. So basically, first we will see banker to the government. So as a banker to the government, the central bank makes and receives payments on behalf of the government whenever it is necessary. So it is not the Prime Minister or the cabinet ministers taking the payments. Who is taking the payments on behalf of the government? It is the central bank. Okay, so the central bank receives the payment and makes the payment on behalf of the government. So in place of the government, who is doing the transactions of giving money and taking money? It is the central bank. Now another thing is that as an agent of the government, the central bank actually advises the bank with regard to the banking and monetary policies. So basically it tries to help the government to know what are the banking and the monetary policies around in our country. It also appoints senior bank officials for this purpose in order to attend all the international conferences which are regarding the monetary systems and economic matters, so that from the government they also on behalf of the government, as an agent, they try to appoint people who can manage the monetary and banking system and who can also attend conferences based on such issues. Along with that, as a financial advisor to the government, the central bank also gives advices to the government with regard to the monetary financial systems and deficit and financing, devaluation and foreign exchange policies, different topics. There are different things that the central bank tries to advise the government about. Okay, next function is custodian of foreign exchange. Now what happens is that this is one of the most important functions of the central bank actually, and the foreign exchange reserves with central bank are utilized for making payments to the foreign countries. So basically whatever exchange reserves are there with the central bank, they are used in order to pay to the foreign countries. Okay, and actually the Reserve Bank of India in our country, it controls the receipts as well as payments of foreign exchange. That means whatever comes from foreign countries in our country, whatever money comes from there and whatever we have to pay to other countries, all of that is controlled by the central bank of our country. Okay, so basically all the foreign exchange related things are done by the central bank. Next function is lender of the last resort. Now central bank becomes that last place where commercial banks can look up. Okay, so basically what is the work of a commercial bank, of a central bank? Basically the central bank has to provide financial help to the commercial banks when they are in times of emergency. Okay, so sometimes actually what happens is that there are lots and lots of depositors. Okay, and they want to, there are lots of customers of commercial banks and they want to withdraw their money in big amounts. So what happens, there are many people who are coming to the bank and they are withdrawing lots and lots of money. Now of course when so many people will come and withdraw so much of money, then automatically commercial banks will also be in need of money because they have to see other customers also. Now commercial bank will try to first ask the fellow commercial banks. For example, let's say there are some people who go to the State Bank of India and they withdraw big crores of rupees from the bank. Now commercial bank, that is State Bank of India, is also in need of money. Now commercial bank, that is the State Bank of India, tries to approach Bank of India and Bank of Baroda and other few more banks, and they also don't have so much money to give to them. So in that case, in this time of an emergency, that is exactly when the central bank will either grant loans or purchase the securities of commercial banks to help them out. Okay, so either the central bank will give them loans directly or the central bank is going to purchase their securities. So if they purchase something from a security from the commercial bank, then whatever money they give to the commercial bank will not have to repay it to the central bank. Okay, so that is exactly why it is said that the central bank of a country, it acts as the lender of the last resort for the commercial banks. Okay students, now you're going to watch a video on the difference between central bank and commercial banks. With the help of this video, you will understand the workings of a central bank and the workings of a commercial bank. I hope you will enjoy the video.
The central bank of a country is the only institution allowed to create physical currency. In other words, coins and paper money. In today's society, however, debt is also money. The dollar you pay with when using your credit card has just as much purchasing power as a $1 bill. Therefore, as explained in the fractional reserve banking video, commercial banks create money as well by issuing loans. And since most of the money in existence is not physical, commercial banks actually create more money than central banks. Most countries have one central bank and multiple commercial banks. The central bank has a monopoly on physical money creation. They can create as much physical currency as they deem necessary. Commercial banks, however, cannot do that. Some people have to deposit money and others have to request loans. Otherwise, the money creation mechanism of a commercial bank stops working. Therefore, maintaining stability is a central bank's main goal, and it can do that by 1. Managing interest rates, lowering them to stimulate economic activity, or increasing them if it thinks the economy is overheating. 2. Telling banks which rules they need to follow, for example, how much money they need to keep as reserves. 3. Acting as a lender of last resort and buying assets that nobody else wants during times of turbulence. For example, giving banks quick cash by buying the illiquid mortgage-backed securities they were stuck with after the Great Recession. A central bank can have other goals as well, such as full employment, but its core responsibilities revolve around maintaining the stability of a country's financial system.